solutions such as microplastic and polymer waste. Sources include factories, single-use plastic and synthetic fiber. In 2024, a Malaysia coastal study for microplastic in seafood show a clear threat to human and environment health.
Plastics requires additives like BPA and phthalates to be mixed into the polymers to create plastics that are softer, flexible, and colorful. However, these chemicals are not permanently bind into the plastic that causes them to leach out whenever these plastics ends up in hot landfills or sunny rivers, in which in most cases they do.
India generates millions of waste plastic in every year, and the worst part is it isn't fully collected or recycled. Because of that, the large piece of plastic end up in the environment. When the sunlight hits them, the long plastic chains break into tiny pieces in a process called photodegradation. These tiny bits are called microplastic. Now, make up a noticeable of air pollution in Indian cities can spread through water, food, and air, and causing environmental and health risks.
Open burning process in India. When a plastic is burned at a low temperature, such as backyard fire, the chemical doesn't burn completely, and it undergoes a process called pyrolysis. This process releases a lot of toxins, invisible toxins, such as dioxins and furans, which is very bad for air, for soils and crop, and also for our health, which can cause a serious health issues such as cancer.
Today, I will talk about environmental impact analysis on human health. Biodegradable microplastic can affect human health. They can enter our body through food, water, even the air we breathe in. They can cause inflammation, irritation, especially in our lungs and stomach. They can also release chemicals which can disturb our hormone distribution. Even though they are biodegradable, their long-lasting effect on human health is still uncertain.
Today, I'm going to talk about the environmental impact analysis based on soil and water. They spill polluted beaches and seabed soil with millions of tiny plastic pellets. These plastics do not break down easily and can stay in the environment for many years. They harm small sea animals living in the sun and can slowly affect the marine ecosystem, which can also affect people who depend on the sea for food and income.
Next is ecosystem. Plastic pollution causes problems in marine ecosystem. Many sea animals die because they eat plastic by mistake. Plastic also make our water turn to toxic and unsafe. We can take environmental and ethical responsibility. We can turn waste into clean energy, like Indonesian program. We also can work together to protect our nature.
The way to control microplastic pollution is through source reduction. Microplastic mainly come from single-use plastic and fabric synthetic. Once they enter the water system, they are extremely difficult to remove. By reducing plastic consumption, choosing usable products, we can limit the microplastic that is released to the environment. Controlling microplastic at the source is a practical and long-term solution.
Microplastics are harmful, and although the chemical industry is taking action about it, most wastewater treatment plant in Malaysia still rely on primary and secondary treatment such as coagulation and sedimentation, which are only about 16 to 18% effective for very fine particles. Therefore, a sustainable improvement is proposed by upgrading to membrane bioreactor MBR system, which can remove up to 99.90% of microplastic through fine membrane filtration.
Microplastic and polymer waste pollution is controlled through recycling, wastewater filtration, and microbead bags. All these methods are not fully effective. Better solution is a stronger filtration system and improved recycling technologies. Combining technology and good waste management is important to reduce microplastic waste and protect the environment.